We've all heard how the billionaires don't pay enough taxes. Despite people thinking they pay the most and support us, they actually employ a lot of different methods to lower their tax liability. I've seen some interest in finding out how they do this. First, I must clarify the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. So tax avoidance is legal. It is tax planning and using legal loopholes in the law to lower your tax bill. There's nothing illegal about it. It's just planning, essentially. Tax evasion, on the other hand, is when you are actually not paying taxes when you should. You're breaking the laws that are in place in order to pay less taxes. So I'm going to go through some ways that corporations evade taxes, illegal activity. I'm going to just briefly touch on each one. And if there's any questions you have or you want to see examples of a certain one, let me know. For one, they will misreport their income. This can happen by taking cash payments for jobs so that it's not anywhere on books. They don't report that income, and then they're therefore not taxed on that income. How a company is taxed is you take your income, less all of your expenses or write-offs, and you pay tax on the profit at the bottom. Another way to misreport your income is to kind of beef up the expenses. So by putting personal items through the expenses, putting questionable things that might not necessarily be required or be necessary to earn that income. So when you get audited, that's one of the biggest things that the auditors will look at is what have you written off through your business and is it necessary? And it blows my mind how many people brag about putting things through their business that are not necessary for their business. A third way the corporations evade taxes is by having either messing with their transfer pricing or having offshore tax havens. And what that does is essentially moves your profits from a higher tax jurisdiction into a lower tax jurisdiction. And so transfer pricing agreements are especially required between Canada and the US so that both the CRA and the IRS get their fair share of profits and that the company isn't funneling profits to a place where they can pay less taxes and not paying the proper tax. It brings up the point of like the Walmarts and just the big companies that are in both places because we don't see their taxes, and that's why I think that full transparency is best. Another way is they just don't file their taxes or just completely falsify what's filed. It happens. It's not cool. All of these practices are illegal and can cause like fines, even jail time. So you want to stay on board with this. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Happy to share stories, happy to give examples of when these things have been done. Eat the rich.